Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, this is time for tea 144. I hope you guys are doing great. Sorry, it's still early. Okay, it's like 8:20, 8:30, something like that. So let's get the juices flowing. I already had some Palo Santo going, but let's get the juices going. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, like always, you're a real one. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Okay. This is what's left of my Palo Santo, guys. I gotta burn another one already. But it works if you work it. I don't know why. It works if you work it. So let's just cleanse the energy. Let's put it over here, actually. Hopefully. So actually today, I do know what I want to talk about. Trigger warning, okay, this might be a little triggering for some people. I don't know. Some people might even get offended, maybe. I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anybody or disrespect anybody or, you know, anything of that nature. This is just, sorry guys, this is just my own experience on my life. I'm gonna be talking things that have occurred to me in my life, okay? I'm not saying that you've had the same situation or you should feel the same way I'm not saying none of that. I'm speaking solely based on things that have transpired in my life. Okay, so please do not get offended. If you feel like you're getting offended, you might not want to watch the video. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that. But I kind of want to touch on Happy Mother's Day as well for you mommies out there. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about, Mother's Day, because I know not everybody has the best relationship with their moms, and not all the moms have been terrible mothers, and not, you know, I've spoken about my mother here on the channel, and so yes, mine was terrible, mine was horrible. If you can even 333, if you can, right when I said horrible. But yes, she was horrible. She was a horrible mother. She's a horrible person. Okay? This video is probably going to be for those that have experienced similarities, like the ones that I have experienced when it comes to my mom or my family life, the kind of family that I grew up in. But at the end of the day, I feel like my siblings and the way my life went, I'm not saying everything is my mom's fault, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that neither. But I don't know how to say it without making it sound like she's the cause of, or she's the root of a 444. Maybe she is. You know, because I have talked about here how she's done magic on me and things like that. So maybe she is the root of why things never went a certain type of way in my life, because there was spell work done. You know, maybe spell work done so I would never get a job, and then that way I would never have money, and then that way I'd be broke, and then that eventually would lead me to homelessness. And you know, when your own mother wants something like that for their child, you would think, right? Like, who would ever want that? I wouldn't. Hell no. I mean, maybe even mothers that don't really care for like certain kids and they like the other ones, because there are moms like that too that prefer the oldest instead of the youngest, or prefer the youngest instead of the oldest. You know, that pick which one's their favorite, and they give to that one, and the other one gets the leftovers, if there's anything left. 555, if there's anything left. And sometimes, I don't want to say that that's normal, right? But that's your typical things on like the normalities, the abnormal things that happen, right, in a family dynamic. But in my situation, is entirely different, because now finding out, you know, that my mom is not my actual blood mother. She didn't birth me. She didn't carry me. She didn't, or I mean, still, right? Things still have to be shown exactly how they are to me. But either way, even if she is my mom, even if she actually is my mother, my blood mother, my biological mother, it still makes the situation that much worse. It wouldn't make it that bad if she wasn't. Because then I would kind of understand, oh, you're attacking me because I'm not even related to you, so you don't give no fucks about me. So therefore, that's why you attack me. You see me as a threat. But then if we were related, right, that would make it so much worse, because you actually carried me for 9 months, had me, just to torture me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like any way you look at it, it's still bad. It's still bad. So maybe this video is going to be for those of you who feel, because you know how there's people like in Christmas time when they're far away from their families, if their families live overseas and they live here, right? You can't see your mom, you can't spend Christmas with your family and things like that. So people get sad, depressed. So maybe this is going to be a video for those of you that might feel that way around Mother's Day or Father's Day. Because of how you were treated by them, and maybe you still haven't healed from that. Maybe you still carry wounds around what's happened in your life, if you know what's happened in your life, right? Because there's things that I've always said it here on my channel. It's almost like someone went in and grabbed a big ass eraser and erased my whole entire childhood, my whole entire teenage years, my early 20s. I don't remember. I do not remember. When I tell you guys that, I really mean that. I do not remember. I don't remember anything. And that's scary. You know, because that could mean like a lot of things could have happened between your childhood to your teenage years to your early 20s. Like a lot of shit could have happened. And I have no recollection of it. Like, none. I don't remember. And that's scary. So, like I say, this video is going to be for those that do remember the kind of mother that they had. And maybe you still carry around those wounds 10-10. That shit's over with, though. Maybe you still carry around those wounds, you know, of how she... Ooh, I just saw Monique in my third eye, and it led me to that movie Precious. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie. Maybe somebody here, your mom was like Precious' mom. If you've seen that movie, you know, right? If not, maybe you might want to go ahead and see that movie, because that movie tells us a lot. It tells us that it doesn't matter how you grow up, where you grow up, who you grow up with. You can still rise above it. You don't have to be a product of your environment. 11-11. You don't have to be a product of your environment. You don't have to say, oh, well, my mom was shit and we were broke and we lived horribly and we this and we that. That doesn't mean that that's what you're gonna be forever. That doesn't determine what your adult life is going to be like. You determine that. That's on you. Or at least the moment you break free. Because I broke free. I couldn't live with her anymore. 16, 17, I was gone. I was couch hopping, you know, living with friends. I was doing whatever I needed to do as long as I didn't go back to her house. Hold on, guys. My bad, you guys. I stopped the video really quick just to do my brows and they cut off. So I'm gonna just put them together. But what I was saying, you know, you don't have to be a product of your environment. It doesn't have to be like that. Even though it might seem like the odds are against you and there's no way. No, absolutely. There's always a way out. There's always a way out. There's always a way out, okay? See, break free. Break free. Thank you, Spirit, and break free. And that's what that's giving. Break free. But yeah, so this is for those of you that feel a certain type of way when a Mother's Day does come around, because like for me at least, I do think about it, because I mean, for now I still don't know the whole entire truth, right? So in my mind, I'm just like, why couldn't you be who you needed to be? Or what you were supposed to be? In my mind, still thinking, right, we're related. I'm your daughter and you're my mother. You know, still thinking like that. But maybe that's also that I need to let go. Maybe work on letting go. Completely letting go. You know, maybe I haven't completely. And I need to. So maybe that's for some of you. Because, you know, she couldn't be who she needed to be because she wasn't meant to be that for me. She wasn't supposed to be that for me. You know, she wasn't supposed to be that for me. She's not my real mom, right? So she wasn't supposed to be that for me ever. She was never going to be that. She knew that's not who she was going to be. Just simple. Yeah, she knew that's not who she was going to be. She knew that she was going to fucking torture me until she couldn't fucking torture me no more. And that's however you want to look at it. That's torture in every which way possible. No food. No clothes. Being pawned off to other people. Which, now that I think about it, being sent to other family members or friends of families makes me think that there was something else going on. You know, in my mind, like I can't put my finger on it, on what it actually is. You know, because when I go back and I try really hard to remember, like, I remember parts, but then there's other parts that I'm like, but what was I doing there? That doesn't make any sense. Did I know anybody? You know, I remember being in certain places, but I don't remember the people. So when I don't remember the people, I'm like, maybe I'm just making it up. Or maybe there's a reason why I don't know those people, but I was actually... You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So much bullshit was going on, probably for me to even remember. You know what I'm saying? So... The birdies are coming. They haven't been here since it's not like sunny or anything like that. They're just like... probably at home chilling. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. You don't have to be a product of your environment. Just because your mother was a certain type of way doesn't mean that you have to be. And that's actually another thing, because I remember my mom she would always tell us, right? Well, she would always tell me, because I would be the one who would mostly complain about it. But she would always tell me, because I would be the one that would mostly complain about it, because again, she wasn't with me like she was with my siblings. So I would always tell her, like, damn, why are you so mean? And I would even call her an asshole sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I would feel bad afterwards, because I was raised like that. One thing that I will say about her is that if you're Latino and you watch me, you know that this is what I'm about to say is truth. When you're raised old school Latino, you are raised to have manners no matter what. It's like manners on top of everything. So it's like manners on top of manners on top of manners on top of manners, and then everything else. That's how it is. If you're like around my age bracket, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? Parents, it was either you have manners or you have manners. And then if you showed up, right, to a family gathering and you didn't say hello, it was almost like, oh, I'm so sorry. Hola, buenas tardes. You know, it was like a look. You got a look. If you got the look, you better go up in there and say hello to the cat, to the dog, to the bird, to the whoever the fuck is there. Oh, it's your ass. And that's facts. And please get in the comments and tell me if I'm lying. Like, if you're in my age bracket, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to like block. I'm just like spreading this powder around just to let it sink in there for a second. But yeah, so I lost my train of thought. I didn't know where I was going with that manners, and there's a gnat now. Oh. Yeah, so I I never knew what that's a little scary for me, you know, those type of things, because those are, I don't remember that. You know, I don't remember those moments. So those are a little, it's scary to live like that. It's scary to live that. I'm 41 and I couldn't tell you things about my childhood. I couldn't tell you things about my childhood because I don't know. And there's people, like I think I've said it here on my channel before, there's people like my brother, my younger brother. He remembers shit when he was like 2. Hell, I don't even remember being 2. You know what I'm saying? So let alone know what happened to me when I was 2. Hold on. I think there was something else that I was saying before I even started. Oh yeah, like I can't. I'm just gonna let it go. Whatever. It'll come back. Let's move on, cause I can't. I don't remember what it was that I was saying. But either way, you know, oh, she was torturing me. You know, she would torture me because like I said, I would be the only one sent away with family members. I would be the only one that would I would be the only one that would get sent away. And I would always wonder that. Like, why am I being sent? Like, every now and then. Every here, every there. Every once a blue moon, I flew with, like, my younger brother. But that rarely ever happened. That rarely ever happened. And it never dawned on me that I was, like, it was being done on purpose for me to not have a memory. To not have a memory, to not remember who I am, or to not remember what happened, or things that are happening, if things were happening that weren't supposed to be happening, so I wouldn't remember. And then when I would talk about them, people would probably be like, bitch, you tripping, like, the fuck, where the hell did you invent that shit from? You know, so it would be that kind of scenario. You know, it would be cool to say that I was crazy because I didn't remember, right? Funny. Now that I'm speaking about it, or like talking about it, it just gives that. If you're catching on to what I'm putting down, okay? But it's giving that. So I don't know. I just want to tell whoever feels a certain kind of way when Mother's Day comes around, you are not a product of your environment, okay? And you are living proof of that. Because if you are a mommy, I know you're not the kind of mommy that you had. And I know that your kids tell you that every day. They show you that every day. If they don't tell you, oh, you're the best mom ever, right? They show you in different ways. Because mine do. I've made videos where I'm recording and my kids are like, I love you so much. Those type of things are the things that I live for. Even my oldest, who's freaking 21. Okay. Same thing. Same thing. So, yes, absolutely not. You are not a product of your environment. You are not damaged goods. I just heard it's damaged goods. Whoever thinks that you're damaged goods, you tripping. Okay, I don't ever want you to feel that because you didn't have a mommy or because your mommy was a certain type of way. Fuck it. You get to write this, you get to rewrite the story however you want to. You get to make it different. 404. You get to change the dynamic. You get to write your own story. You do. Not because how your life was, not because of how you grew up, not because of the kind of mother you had. That does not, all right now, that does not define who you are as a person, as a mother, as a parent, period. Okay, because we do have Father's Day coming, and I know that there's some daddies out there that are alone with their children, 444, who are divinely protected. You know what I'm saying? That are on this journey with their kids. Okay, so I'm going to say parent in general, to be honest, because just being a single parent is hard. And then being a single parent and then having these past traumas, these past childhood traumas that you're trying to heal and release and let go 1515 are it's hard. It's hard because it brings up emotions that you shoved all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? Like you shoved them down. You made sure they're locked and loaded and they ain't going nowhere. But being on this journey teaches us, right, that we have to face that shadow. That we have to face that feeling that we've been hiding for the past 20 years, 10 years, a year, whatever it looks like for you. Right? We shove it down because we don't want to deal with it. 555 is way too hard to deal with it and look at it face to face. But that's exactly what you have to do. You have to look at that shadow face to face and tell it, you don't win. You don't win. You may have won the battle, but I won the war. And that's it. Release it and let it go. Some cord cutting might be good for you. Okay? Releasing it and letting go. Forgive them. Forgive them. You know how they say forgive them because they know not what they do, even though they know what the fuck they're doing. They know what they're doing. Some know exactly what the hell they're doing and who they're doing it to, and they don't give a fuck. There are people, there are parents who are parents, blood biological parents, and still do to their kids the worst shit possible. We see shit like that on the news all the time. Of a parent doing some fucked up shit to their child. So I don't know how much I believe in that when they say forgive them because they know not what they do. So if I go out and do black magic on somebody, I can be forgiven because I don't know what I'm doing. I see it like that, right? If I'm supposed to be looking at it a different way, drop it in the comments and let me know, because I feel like we're all responsible for our own actions. We know what we're doing. We're adults. We know what we're doing. We know exactly what we're doing. We're not 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds out here. No, we're grown-ass men and grown-ass women out here knowing what the fuck we're doing and who we're doing it to. Motherfuckers laugh. I literally see people, like a group of people, just laughing at somebody else's pain, at somebody else's misery. That's not normal. That's like weird. You're just weird. You want to sit there and think it's funny as fuck to ruin somebody's life in every which way possible. In every which way possible you can think of. However, you know what I mean? Like, that has to be a different kind of breed. Not even human, like. So if you're a mommy, if you're a daddy, you're not missing out on anything, okay? If you didn't have a good one, it's for a reason. It's so you can get on this path. It's so you can get on this journey. It's to see how you are going to handle that. If you were going to handle it with grace, or you were going to lose your shit. And if you're watching my video, you can say that you handle it with grace. So that's what I'm saying. Forgive and let go. You don't have to, just because they're called mothers, doesn't mean that they get that treatment. It does not mean that. Just because they're called mothers doesn't mean they get that respect. Okay? Because I feel like not every mother deserves that. Especially if we're talking, oh shit, Mike. Ooh. You see, Spirit's talking, speaking the truth. Especially if especially if they're biological ones. I don't know, I keep saying biological. Maybe somebody here is gonna resonate with this message, and your mommy is your actual mommy, but your mommy was one of those. I'll just say that, because I'm not trying to disrespect nobody's mother. Sorry guys, my nose is starting to itch now. Oh God, when I start to itch, you guys be knowing. Yeah, so yeah, I don't want to disrespect nobody's mother, so I'm just gonna say that if your mom was, like, your mom is your mom, but your mom was cosa seria, you're not missing out on anything. Okay? I don't want you to feel bad anymore, to feel sad anymore, or to wonder about, like, what I used to wonder, like, why can't you be like this? Or why couldn't you be like this? Why did you have to treat me like that? How come you did this? And why did you... No. 22, for what? For what? This person is obvious. They just have no feelings. They don't care. You know, they know who you are. They know that you're their child. They know that they're supposed to care for you and protect you and all this, and they ain't doing none of that. Too selfish. Too much ego. Too much, just too much. And if you got yourself out, stay out. Stay away. It's for a reason. Okay? It's for a reason. You got out of there for a reason. That's why I say, if you, like, I left by the time I was 16, 17, I was gone. I was gone. And I've been on my own ever since. When my oldest turned, like 4? When my oldest turned 4, I went back and I lived with her again. But things never change. She's still the same person. Only now I know exactly who the fuck she is. You know, and I was always the type, oh no, a mom is a mom. No matter, that's the one, that's the only one I got. That's the one God gave me. I have to protect her. I have to respect her. I have to do this. I have to do that. Because no matter, sorry for what I'm about to say, it might be triggering for somebody, but it's facts, okay? And this is just me. And this is just how I feel. No, because I would always say, no, this is my mom. This is the only one God gave me. Like, I have to protect her. I have to take care of her, blah, 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 da, da, da. She's a bitch to me and everything. But no, I have to take care of her, even though she's a bitch. I still did it. Like I always say, up until 23, she was living here because she had nowhere to go. She literally had nowhere to go, and she was living here, rent-free, eating free. She was living here. I was basically taking care of her and my brother. Not knowing that they were fucking doing spell work in the room that they were fucking living in my house, and doing spell work against me and my ex-husband. For at the end, only my ex-husband, to join her. And they can do it together. Oh, and they can fuck around too. What do I say to that? You know, what am I supposed to say to that? What am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whatever. So that's why I say you're not missing out. You're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything. They're never gonna change. I just heard, but what if they change? They're not. Oh, a tiger doesn't change their stripes. That's what I just heard. A tiger doesn't change their stripes. They are who they are, and that's that. There's no changing that about them. That's who they are. So I don't know, maybe someone needs to come to the realization about that. Maybe you still have hope. Right, that your mom or your dad are going to be different, and they're going to treat you better and whatever, right? They're going to just do better. They're not. They're not. Because you know what my mom used to do? She used to screw me over, right? And then she would stop talking to me. And then when she needed money or she needed something, she'd call me and be like, oh my God, let's go out for coffee and pupusas. I'm like, all right. So we go, she'd pay, right? Which she never does. So she'd go, she'd pay, but the whole time, she would be complimenting me. Oh my God, your hair's so long. Wow, it's getting thicker. Have you lost weight? Oh my God, you lost so much weight. Yeah, you look so good right now. I can't believe it. Wow, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, and you know, now that I always say this, every time I talk about it, I realize, you know, I always say, Like, I realized just how dumb I was and I believed everything. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And that's the thing that we do, right? We like beat ourselves up like, fuck, how come I didn't see it right through her dumbass, my dumbass. Because it's not you, it's them. It's them. They know what works, right? Because in a different scenario, right, she wouldn't be complimenting you. In a different scenario, if she didn't need something from you, she wouldn't be complimenting you. She wouldn't be like, oh my God, you look so good. You look like this. You look like... No. If she didn't need anything from you, she'd be running that mouth, talking hella shit. That's what she'd be doing. But she's not doing that. Why? At the moment, because she needs something from you. So that's what she would do. And then bam. Oh, so I got approved for this loan. And I got approved for this loan. And they told me that I got to find a co-signer so I can get the loan. And I was wondering, you know, since your credit is so great, you can co-sign for me so they can approve my loan and this, that, and the other, right? And I'm, okay, how much is the loan? Oh, they approve me for $10,000. No. My answer was no. She got mad. She got up and left the restaurant. She got mad. But why? Because I said no. And then not only that, here comes like the guilt trip. Why wouldn't you do that for me? You know that I'm struggling right now. You know that those things, like, I can't even give you money from it. And I still said no. Because I knew it was a lie. Because she had that, she was, I'm getting that movie, what's it called? Catch Me If You Can. I think, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio is like a con artist. You know, they con people out of their money and stuff like that. But in the movie, he was like a big con artist, like big money, right? And that's exactly what she would do. She would con people out of their money, and then, oh yeah, no, give me like 2 weeks, I got you. She would disappear. She would disappear. Motherfuckers be coming to the house hella mad, talking about where the fuck's my money. And she would get mad at me because I would answer the people that would like reach out to me talking about, your mama owes me hella money, where the fuck is she? And she would get mad at me. She would be like, why are you answering their phone calls? I'm like, girl, you owe these people money. The hell? They want their money. What the hell you mean, why am I answering them? She's like, yeah, but I owe them, not you. And I'm like, yeah. But you've blocked these people. You know, that's what she does. She blocks them so they don't have to bother her no more, and she don't have to pay nothing. You guys, the sun's coming out. You see? Yeah, absolutely not. There's nothing that you're missing out on. Continue doing what you have been doing. If you have kids, trust me, they're not missing out on anything. It's better like this. If you, like, I don't want you saying, like, fuck, man, why couldn't my mom or why couldn't my dad be like this? Like, my dad was like that, my mom was like this. Or if both of your parents were freaking cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's alright. It's alright. Like I said, they might have won the battle. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you won the war. That's it. That's all you have to know. What is going on? Sun comes in, sun goes out, sun comes in, sun goes out. All right, y'all. Let's get these cards going. I have that song by Becky G stuck in my head. Bebé, dime qué haces. Este viernes el resto de tu vida. It's a really cute song. I've never been a fan of Becky G like that, but I'm telling you, lately her shit been slapping. So I'm slapping. Be a good comfort. Your faith has made you whole. What the heck? Hold on. There we go. Hold on. What happened? We have, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for his sheep. O sea, you. Too many. Hold on. Brings truth. He brings truth. He brings truth. What is going on? Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. That your joy may be full, yes. That's a very beautiful card. So you should feel joyous regardless. Regardless. You have a lot of things to be joyous about. Yeah, so don't be so hard on yourself for things that you cannot control. Appreciate the now. Appreciate what you have at this moment. Like I said, if you have kids, appreciate your babies and take care of your babies the way only you know how. Whoa. Love one another as I have loved you. You see? And look at all those kids around him. That's exactly what I just told you. Love your kids. Love on your kids. Spend time with your kids. Tell your kids that you love them every day, because I know that they tell you. I know that they tell you, right? Because then they get big and they go off and do their own thing. Oh my God. All things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believe that you shall receive. Believe that what you pray for is what is to come. Another baby. You see that? I posted a video on my other channel, Cosmic Creation 144. It's not the last video that I posted. It's the one before that, I think. I can't remember the name. And look, here we have more kids. And there are a lot of... go check out that video. I'm going to see... Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Okay? And look, it says, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. I feel like maybe, oh my God, nothing shall be impossible unto you. There's just like all these kid cards. Look at, we got 2, 4, 5. 5 cards that came out with these babies on there. Either, again, that's why I said, you're doing a great job as a parent, as a mommy, as a daddy. If you're grandparents, right, and you're taking care of your kids, like, you're doing an amazing job. Okay? If nobody's told you, you're doing an amazing job. Oh, and I said you're divinely protected. Didn't I say that you were divinely protected? You and your babies are divinely protected. If you don't pray with your kids, because you might meditate by yourself and pray by yourself and things like that, but I suggest maybe doing it with your children as well, because you might be surprised. You might have a spiritual baby and you don't even know. This is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. The divine universe is working through you and protecting you at this time. Time has come to allow all the doors of opportunity to welcome you with open arms. Your affirmation is, I feel the love, care of the divine protecting me. I allow myself to pursue growth and opportunity. And I said that right. You are being protected. You're divinely protected. You and them babies. I heard, or future babies. I don't know. Maybe some of you don't have kids then. And so you don't need to worry about your babies. I feel like we don't need to worry about our babies at all. Maybe because of the situations that we go through. Wow. That we go through, we overly protect our kids sometimes. You know, we don't want, no, again, if you're, this is how I was raised, okay? But because of how things happen in my life, this is the reason why I say this. So as a Latino, sometimes I feel like we over protect our kids. I'm one of those, I'm not even gonna lie. We have 1111, okay? Intuition, trust in yourself. Your inner whispers is working hard to let you know that it is guiding you. Listen in. What is it saying? Feel it. Where is it telling you to go next? See it. Close your eyes and allow trust the path you are on. Your affirmation is, my intuition speaks to me and I listen. I trust that all things are happening for a purpose. And we have 1212, clarity. It says duality. Within your shadows of dark and beams of light, the divine is reminding you to embrace the duality that is your individual spark. The spark that's being guided and is ready to illuminate the path ahead. I fully embrace who I am and allow change where is needed. I trust the duality within me. Okay, I feel like a lot of you don't have a problem with none of that. I feel like maybe some of you, you guys want to ask your questions for the angels. I feel like some of you just might feel like, I heard melancholy, like a little melancholy, because, you know, we just had Mother's Day for, again, Los Latinos, you know, it was on Saturday. And then, again on Sunday, but either way, you know, whenever you celebrate it, if you celebrate it, right? It's just maybe a hard time for you. It says romance and wait. Maybe it's a hard time for you, okay? So again, face it, cut the cord, and release it and let it go. Okay, heal your wounds. Don't run from them, because otherwise we're not healing, right? We're still going to continue to be hurt. And then how are you going to continue being hurt and giving love to your kids? You can't do that. And that's one thing I would always say is, look, We have let go. Ay, ay, ay. Within the next few weeks, and we have wait again. But yeah, I would always say that, no, I like, if I don't love myself, then how could I love my kids? If I don't do this, then how can I give it to my kids? If I'm not doing that, then how can I, you know? I would always say things like that, but I never truly did them. I never really did them. I never really healed until now, you know, that like this journey forces us, right, to see those shadows and to really confront them, face them, heal from them, to move on, to be able to live a healthier life. Because it's not health in the physical matter, it's health spiritually within you. Okay, so that's where we need to be healthy. We have yes, the first one, this one flew out. We have not the right time. We have ask your angels. Abundance. Okay. It's up to you. Yes. Okay. Okay, last one. It says listen to your intuition. All right. Intuition came out twice, you guys, okay? You're in the angel number, it came out, and also peaceful resolution. All right, guys, well, I'll put the videos together and I'll post it right now, okay? Don't forget to hit the comment, share, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the comment, hit the like button. Hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the other video that I posted in my other channel, Cosmic Creation 144, and I will see you luego. Adios.